my name is Lauren. I just wanted to come on YouTube to share my experience as an Airbnb superhost. So recently on my Instagram page, I started sharing my experience and showing my space that I host on Airbnb. Part of the reason that I started doing that is because I want other people to know that this is something that's possible for you to do as well if that's something that you want to do, if you've ever been interested in becoming an Airbnb host, or if you were interested in house hacking. So I'll talk a little bit in this video about house hacking, Airbnb, and why I'm doing it. So to keep it simple, to keep it short, I heard about house hacking probably about 4 or 5 years ago, and it made so much sense to me. So house hacking is when you rent out a space in your primary home. It can be some of the extra bedrooms, it could be a basement. If you have a detached garage with an apartment upstairs, you can rent that out. If you have another property on your property that's smaller than maybe the main house, you could rent that out. But the purpose is to rent out space that you already have to pay your mortgage. So the mortgage is not coming from your earned income, and earned income meaning your working income, or maybe if you have a business, your business income, or whatever it is. This is just one strategy, in my opinion, to help you achieve your financial goals faster. And maybe even reach financial freedom faster. So when I heard about this concept, I was like, oh my God, I've been a homeowner since 2010. Why didn't I ever think of this? I had a whole townhouse to myself at 23 years old. It didn't really make sense for me to not have known about this or not have done this. So that's why I want to do this video, so other people hopefully can get this message sooner than I did. I had already owned the home for probably 6 years by the time I had found out about it. And at that point, I had a family and I wasn't comfortable sharing my space. If it was just me as a single woman, I probably would have done it. I would have rented it out, rented the other bedrooms out to some teachers or something. I would have at least tried it because I had a lot of financial goals that I wanted to achieve, and I thought it was going to be so much harder for me to do it, and I could have got there faster. So, getting into it. So now, fast forward years later, it did take me some time to get to the point where I am now as far as house hacking, because I did not do it immediately when I heard about it. I will probably go into that in another video at some point. But it was something that I was immediately interested in. I wanted to try it. So last year, I bought a house with a basement. The basement was already basically designed like an apartment. So it doesn't have a full kitchen, but it does have a kitchenette, which is enough for people who are just coming to visit the area. You know, they're not really looking to cook. They're not looking for some place where they're there all day long. I'm in an area where there's so much going on all day, every day. So they're there visiting, probably to go to a concert or to visit DC, maybe to visit family or go to a party, or just have a weekend getaway with their spouse or significant other, whatever the case is. So I bought that house with the intention of either renting out the basement long term or short term. I quickly decided to do short term because I didn't want to get a tenant in there for 6 months, hate the experience, and be trying to get out of it. So I decided to just go the short-term route and just try out Airbnb. And it snapped quickly. So as soon as I listed it, maybe within a couple days, I had probably 3 or 4 bookings. And it's been going really great ever since. Renting out the space on Airbnb has allowed me to eliminate those mortgage payments for these few months that I've been doing it. And hopefully it will continue to do so. But I found out that I actually love hosting on Airbnb way more than I thought I would. I never really considered myself hospitable, but I guess I am. I'm tapping into it. I love it. I love interacting with the guests. I love getting the booking request. I love setting the space up for someone who is just looking to have a clean, safe space. So it's something that I really enjoy, and I encourage you, if it's something that you're interested in, to do it. Like I said, it's completely paying my mortgage and also the utilities as well. So with that being said, I just want to get into kind of the financial goals. So I have several financial goals that I'm trying to achieve in a certain amount of time. So if you know anything about, goal setting, or you have goals that you are trying to achieve for yourself, you know that sometimes you are thinking of different strategies, you're thinking of different ways that you can achieve those goals. For me, it was saving a certain amount of money, paying off my student loan debt, and just being more financially free in a way where I don't have to work a job that I don't want to work. So I had a job that I thought was like my dream job, got the job, realized it was not my dream job. Well, it probably was my dream job, but I quickly realized that it was not going to be a long-term situation for me. Doing this made me secure in walking away from that job and going to something else with less pay that I like more and much more freedom. I am not stressed. I don't feel anxious. I'm not worried about this job like I was in my previous job. So that has given me a little more freedom. Eventually, I'm hoping that this will lead to, providing even more freedom. But as far as financial goals, I would just give you a tidbit to kind of motivate you. I have been able to save approximately $20,000 in a very short amount of time doing this. And when I say a short amount of time, I'm talking about a maybe 3 months. This has really catapulted my savings. And also my debt payoff as well. It's accelerated every financial goal that I've made for myself this year. So if you are interested in doing this, I encourage you to do so. I encourage you, if you've never heard of house hacking, research it for yourself. See if this is something that makes sense for you, for your family, if you have a family. Make sure this is something that you are gonna actually want to do and take seriously, because now for me this is like my business. I take it serious. I am monitoring it closely. I'm thinking of different things that I can do and I can change. So it is something that I think you should take serious if you're interested in it. And if you're interested in learning about ways to house hack, there is so much information out there from the internet, other people who are doing this as well, because you don't have to rent out your space on Airbnb. If you have extra bedrooms, like I said, you can rent it out to long-term tenants if you're comfortable doing that. You can rent your basement out to long-term tenants if you're comfortable. I just did not want to get into a long-term tenant situation right now. If something were to happen, Airbnb wasn't working out for me, or I'm seeing that my income with Airbnb isn't where I want it to be, then I will pivot to a longer term tenant, or perhaps traveling nurses, that kind of thing. But as of right now, like I said, I love Airbnb. I love hosting on Airbnb, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. So I'm going to keep it going until it doesn't work anymore. So I just wanted to share that, let you know what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, because I've been posting about it, but I never really said why I was doing it. So there it is. Now you know. If you're interested in it, let me know. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions for me, let me know. I'll be glad to answer it. I just want to share as much information as I can with other people who are interested. Not putting pressure on people, because if you don't want to do it, that's fine. But just reach out to me. You can reach me at lauren.a.hamilton on Instagram. I'm on Facebook, but I don't like Facebook, and I don't know how to use Facebook well. So if you find me on Facebook, you can send me a message. It may take me a while to get to it. So the best thing for you to do is to hit me up on Instagram, lauren.a.hamilton. That's my IG. I do have a link in my bio on Instagram where you can Use my referral code for Airbnb, as well as my referral code for Avail, which is landlord software that I use for my long-term rental properties, because I do have long-term rental properties as well. So tap in, communicate with me, hit me up. Let me know if this is something you want to do. Let me know if this is something you've heard of but you're hesitant. You don't know if that's, something you should be doing. You got questions, you're nervous about it. Just contact me. Feel free to reach out to me. I'm always here to talk to you about it, answer any questions you may have. Thank you for watching this video. Take care.